Hi, my magical friends. So good to see you. Thank you for coming to Meryl's Mystic. I am Meryl. I appreciate you being here to tune in to the current energy in our world, to tune into yourself. So, I know you can't really see my face very well in these last couple videos, but I cannot help but take advantage of this gorgeous day. So, instead of looking at my pretty face, you get to look at this beautiful landscape, and you'll be able to see the cards just enough. So I'm here. We're here together to talk about Gemini season. Woohoo! Welcome, Gemini season. Gemini season starts on the 21st. And I'm sure everybody has a Gemini in their life, and I guarantee you know exactly who it is. And most people I know that Gemini are represented by the twins, and they are a mutable air sign. So being an air sign, and they are the youngest air sign, they are very charming. They know how to talk to people. They really enjoy talking to people. They like a good idea. They like a new good idea. And because they're a mutable sign, they're usually good to go along with what's happening. And then on the shadow side of that, they can be their other side, because they're the twin side. So their darker side, or their shadow side, is a little bit more prominent. They can be manipulative. They're some of the best liars, especially if you're the year of the snake. You don't even know you're lying. What was the other thing I was going to say is that they can also be flighty. And the other side of being a agreeable, mutable sign, they can tend to be maybe a little flighty, or they can tend to lash out because they tend to be people pleasers and then all of a sudden they're like, nope, don't want to do that anymore. So, also in tarot, our lovely Geminis are represented by the Lovers card. The lovely Lovers. Because we love our Geminis. We really do. But when we hate them, we hate them. They are, I love the Lovers card because it's got such a great feeling of love to it. But we also have to remember there are two sides to them, two sides to every story, two sides to every coin, two sides to life. There's a light and a shadow. And they are kind of the raw embodiment of that. My brother was a Gemini, and his name was Kai. He is across the veil now. And because his name is Kai, we would call his other side Ike. That was his name backwards. And Ike was an asshole. And we did not like Ike. My brother did not like Ike. So, and we were just coming up with my friend's husband's other side of him the other day. So it's fun, because I think it's good to also recognize that, because the more you recognize those things in yourself and in your partners and each other, then you can work to adjust things or change things that you don't necessarily like about yourself. That's why I like astrology, so that we can shine light on those subconscious parts of ourselves that we maybe aren't very proud of, and we don't really want to look at, but we have to look at them in order to own them and overcome them. So what else did I want to say about our lovely Geminis? So being a mutable sign, Gemini is the last section of spring. So mutable signs come at the last part of the season. And so unlike fixed Taurus, who was in full spring, Gemini season is that time that we're ramping up to being full on summer. So, it's just a nice time to get out and be outside, especially if you're in the northern hemisphere. In the southern hemisphere, they're going from the end of fall into winter, so you guys are kind of gearing down to get ready to hibernate a little bit, and us here in the northern hemisphere are gearing up to be out for summer. So take your time, go for some nice walks, make it slow and nice and enjoyable, because the Lover's card definitely too is kind of like, take time to stop and smell the roses. And also, the other thing I like about the Lover's card, this is what I remembered, was that it's very teachable. These signs in astrology that we consider crazy or difficult, I can say that because I'm a Scorpio. A lot of the time, we're the bringers of the lessons and the challenges. We all are here to learn lessons. We're all here to teach each other things. There's a reason my brother was a Gemini. There's a reason why I've dated quite a few. I know people, they're very memorable people. And there's always enjoyment. Like, they are so fun. Geminis are so fun to be around. They're funny, they're smart, they're adventurous, like, they're fun. They're fun people. But then when it's bad, it's vile also, and it's disappointing, but there's lessons in it. So think about it too, like, lovers aren't just, romantic lovers. I've seen other lovers cards that were represented by, like, students or brothers and sisters. These are soul-based partnerships that are here to bring us joy and to teach us lessons, because that's how we grow. So let's pull one other tarot card since we know all the energy of the Gemini season. Let's see what the energy or the lesson of the Gemini season is for 2019. I was hoping maybe one would pop out. We're just going to keep on shuffling. Gemini. All right. Can't wait. Wasting time. Let's pick one. Oh, interesting. The Five of Cups. Five of Cups. Maybe I should have waited till it spit one out. The lesson. This is interesting because it's the grief card, and if you've been watching my videos, there's a lot of transition going on, and we just had that big Scorpio full moon, and the Death card came up, which is the Scorpio card, but it's also transition, and we talked about grief, and there's I did a little video on my experiences with different levels of grief and the medicine for it that it should be on my Facebook page. Let yourself grieve. Let yourself be sad. We're talking about the lessons. But also, the Five of Cups thing too is like, the warning is to don't let yourself like stay in that place. So if you see the cups, there's like three. I'll get my other hand here. There's 3 cups that are spilled here, and then there's still 2 still standing, and he's like really focused on these 3. He's really focused on the sadness here. The Five of Cups is a card of loss and grief and sadness. But we gotta make sure that we don't get stuck in this place, and to see that we still have things that are worth living for, worth feeling joy for, and worth moving forward for. Okay, so let yourself feel sad so you have that moment, but just don't get stuck there. Give yourself the time to be sad, and then however that comes out for you, maybe give yourself a time limit so you don't get stuck there, and then go do something nice for yourself. Go take care of yourself. There's my pretty face. Go, it's so hot in the sun, you guys, but please go get some vitamin D if you can. But in my grief video, it was kind of like we have to stop trying to push down the feelings and think that if you don't feel them, they're going to go away. If you don't feel them, they're going to come out in ways that you feel you have no control over, and ways that you are going to regret later. So I highly recommend that if you need to go be by yourself somewhere, or you need somebody to be with you, like, take the time. Take the time. That has been a huge lesson. Take the time, because if you do not let those emotions out, especially with that Scorpio full moon, they're going to come out in ways that you are going to regret later. Does that make sense? When we push things down, we become a volcano of emotion, and then they come out at really bad times, or when they finally come out, we say things that we don't mean. And sometimes it's hard to take those things back. Okay, so I would like to pull a Archangel Oracle card for our beautiful mutable air signs. Nurture. What were we just saying? Nurture your emotions, nurture yourself, nurture the lessons. As you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. Ooh. I've learned too that when they say nurture a child, if you don't have kids around you, oh, that's a big spider that just came running right towards me. He is fast too. Okay, so just like, I don't know what happened. I'm arachnophobic. Can you tell? Okay, let's try to read this card. Okay, so what was I saying? I was saying that when things say kids, like when you gotta nurture kids, baby or fur babies work too. Pets are people's children also. One reason why it's important for you to help children is because you're also helping your own inner child in the process. You're teaching what you need to learn, so pay particular attention to the messages you deliver to children and their parents. Know that those messages are for you as well. Take time to play, laugh, and to be silly and carefree, which Gemini is very good at. Nurture your inner child with as much love and attention as possible. And this was Archangel Gabriel is represented. And I think it might be Gabriel. I think Gabriel can be seen as feminine or masculine. Gabriel works with mothers and children during all phases of conception, childbirth, adoption, and parenting. She helps grown-up children as well. If your heart longs for some playtime, call upon Gabriel to make all of the arrangements. She'll guide you along as you nurture your inner child. If you ask her, If you ask her, Gabriel will also assist with your own parenting desires and needs. So this really makes me think that we're all really learning how to truly take care of ourselves right now. That's why this like self-care, self-love thing is so trendy. These things kind of have to be trendy so that like they become mainstream and accepted for us to all do it. So just think about that. Like that is in the self-care mode, to get in deeper and beyond, spa days and mimosas, even though I love patios and margaritas are part of my self-care. It's also about self-parenting. So definitely talk to that inner child. Man, that spider, he is active over here. So nurture your inner child for sure, and self-care definitely is a part of that. The things that we feel like our parents didn't give to us, we still have a chance to do that for ourselves, and that's so empowering, super empowering. So, and also sometimes we have to self-parent and give ourselves boundaries, and that's equally as empowering. So hopefully, hope you all have a good Gemini season. And if you need anything, you let me know. I'm always here for personal readings and private coaching for whatever your intuitive love needs are. And I hope you guys have a fantastic couple weeks. I will see you sooner rather than later. Okay, bye.